What established Amazon sellers can do to grow to the next level. Here's Stephen Pope.
Selling on Amazon is difficult. It's everything but passive income. I share videos like this one to help Amazon sellers on their journey. My name is Stephen Pope, and I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. When Amazon turns your world upside down, tune into My Amazon Guy to land safely and grow your Amazon business.
And then we go in there and we manage everything through digital means. So we do everything except touch the product. And then, not to take coaching time to pitch you, but I would say this full service management page, if you just click on services on the website, walks you through. Yeah. So like everything that generates traffic, PPC and SEO, anything that generates conversion, design and catalog. And then you can scroll down and see all these examples. But like everything from creating products, data work, brand management, listing errors, all of that's included. You get a listing yank that goes down, that's included. All that stuff. Yeah, they have the same exact brand name where they can't be parented. So brand name changes have been locked until Jan 2nd. So if I were you, let that one go until January, get the brand names to match, then reparent them. Verbatim, spelled, capitalized, you name it. We actually stopped doing project work on parentages because it got so complicated. So like we only do parentage work for full service management now. Like that's how complex it's gotten.
Yeah.
Like there's a ton of different things you can do with parentage. They made new categories. Yeah, there's a lot of intricate technical issues going on with Amazon, especially around the catalog. So here's a game changer for you. Don't build anything until you're ready to go sale. Like have the product on hand, then once the product's on hand, then load everything in under 24 hours and go live. Most sellers can't do what I'm describing. It's complicated because they don't have 3PL or warehouse control. Yep. So if you don't, this is not possible. But if you do it this way and literally just mad dash run all of it live as fast as you can. Copy images, A+, everything, ads. We have found that by doing it through this method, it makes it so that the keyword rankings go up faster if you generate sales in that first 24 hours of it literally being loaded to the account. Literally don't even load the UPC. On a spreadsheet in a folder, and then once you have the product in the hand, go live. This is a sophisticated strategy, right? Yeah, so like if you can't get the basics right, don't do something advanced like this. Yeah. But like if you got the basics, this advanced strategy will make a huge payout. We've talked about everything from parentage, brand name changes, product launches, hiring. It's been some very thorough ground areas. And you could even use something cheap like promo.com, use some B-roll and throw in some still shots and get away with it. Now, next year, that's probably not going to be sufficient. One of the best ads I ever saw was literally just a dog tail wagging and dog food just spurting all over the place. Creative and think about it. Think outside the box, like what's eye-catching. That's what the video ad should be like. When you're first starting out, just pay a couple $100 and get something up, test it out. Okay. It's going to be profitable. Once you justify it, then you can get more aggressive. Okay. But I would say at the very least, if you got any video skills yourselves, like use promo.com and use some B-roll and still shots. But if you want to get complicated or complex, obviously the items need to have a track record history of conversion prior to investing thousands of dollars in a video. Yeah. I wouldn't do it for a new item. I would go bare bones, $200 investment on a video for a new item. Video ad costs have been very low from a cost per click standpoint. And the other thing too is they're pushing the real estate more, right? So it's on their radar right now. So there's three types of ads generally, right? Four types technically. Sponsored products, which everybody knows how to do. Sponsored brands and headline ads, which are what you probably are talking about. There's also display ads, which show on the detail pages, which are also a banner and sometimes vertical or square shaped. And then video ads. But there's a lot of sophistication on how ads can run. So if you aren't running every one of these types of ads, you should at least test them and see what they do for you. Probably the most undertapped ad that people aren't doing outside of video ads is probably display category targeting. Low bid in place, depending on the category. So like 45 cents, put in $100 budget per day and just see what happens. I bet you go through all $100 and you'll see amazing results at 45 cents a click, which is cheaper than sponsored products. Negations could be done every 2 to 4 weeks. Bid changes once or twice a week generally. Holidays, check it more often.
Yeah.
When your items start selling like hotcakes, that's when you should be checking it more frequently. They are very defensive. So it takes up more space on your detail page, pushes down sponsored products. That's why you should do it. So I'll give you some general advice. I think that China is going to war with us right now, personal advice. And I think that you're going to see supply chain erosion. So any vertical control you can obtain localization, I would recommend it. That may not be actionable advice. And so you might just be like, yeah, nod your head and be like, what do we do about it? And I would understand if that's the case. So outside of that, I would say that if you've got a high quality product and you're priced well, the branding will solve for itself, right? Like if you go to market and you're well received, you're going to do well. So it's a question about eyeballs.
Gotcha.
When you're first launching the honeymoon period, having your item generate sales in the first 48 hours is fundamental to your success.
Yeah.
Get as many orders in the door as you possibly can in that first week or two. 25 search, find, buys. Just 25.
Okay.
And do that in the first 5 days.
Gotcha.
And then in addition to that, just load the data and go max PPC as quickly as you can, and don't load your data until you last second possibly can. With merchant fulfilled in the first 48 hours, ship your FBA, dupe the SKU, ship it in for FBA, and go live with FBA as quickly as you can as well. But there's conclusive data that suggests that if you don't put your data into Amazon until the last second and go live, that you're going to jump start the sales drastically. The diversification strategy. So if you have your own Shopify store and you can really build that funnel, I highly encourage it. Because when you first launch and you're like, hey, we have new products, you already have the loyal following, get a couple hundred orders in the first 48 hours yet again, offer them a discount. It makes a big difference. It really does. So have the diversification strategy. The other thing too is I would, use an email service provider like MailChimp, create a drip campaign where you've got 3 to 7 emails built out. So just start with 2 or 3, make it easy on yourselves. That send out whenever somebody subscribes, right? And, email 1 is like, here's everything about our brand, or email 2 could be like, here's how to use this product. And you could create the drip campaign product specific as well, right?
Right, yeah.
Add value. Just add as much value as you can.
Okay.
So if you sell toilet paper to preppers, then cater to that. Roller coaster up and down, no doubt. So there's a lot of things that you can do. And so the resonating theme that I'm hearing from you today is that you're trying to create a strategy and a focus plan. And you're like, where should I focus? Where should I be spending my time?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And that's gonna shift a lot. As business owners, the best place to spend your time is in product expansion. No question about it.
Okay.
So always be launching products. Buy demo products, whatnot, as much as you possibly can. Content generation, brand creation, just trying to get engagements is a never-ending battle. I highly encourage it. And anything that you can do to get products in use shots from actual people will go a long way. So if what you did with your email base is say, hey, we're giving a $20 coupon to our website for anybody that posts a picture of them using our product on this hashtag, and they do that, you're going to create a ton of almost free content on your behalf. There are many, many sources of places you can get funding. The challenge that you're having right now is like, how fast are you willing to grow / invest versus what you need to pull out of the business to survive and run and thrive, right? Like that's the conundrum.
For sure.
And so you need to just have a real conversation with each other, like what your risk tolerance is versus your growth aspirations are. Like there's without a doubt in my mind, this is a great time to grow on Amazon. Like it's also harder to grow on Amazon than it ever has been at the same time. Like sophistication levels are going up, but so are the opportunities.
For sure.
So with that in mind, I know you're looking for like concrete, like go here to get this source of income. Like I've side hustle consulted for many years before I started the agency. I got laid off and I immediately posted on LinkedIn, hey, I'm starting up some consulting work. Turned into an agency in less than 48 hours, hired my first employee in week 2. Had contracts signed in the first 48 hours. That's how fast it went.
Gotcha.
So I had to, and I had started my product business at that point too. I also had severance for 3 months because I actually was really good at my job. They just laid everybody off. So like it was a best case scenario in my part. The challenge with growth is that every dollar that you get out of the business, you just want to put it right back in. It never ends. It will never end. I think if you have an honest conversation with your risk aversion and then write a line on the sand and you're like, here's the maximum that we're willing to do and don't go over it. And then make sure you've got 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in your personal bank for your own selves, you'll be okay. I have a client right now that is deep on owing me invoices and also doesn't have enough money to buy his own inventory. He should have long ago sold out and moved on. And so if the pain point gets to that point where you're like struggling to cut checks, you've been in it too far. Don't get to that stage, right? Like,
gotcha.
Another piece of advice, Amazon businesses are about to go up in value next year by probably 30 to 40%.
Yeah, it's wild.
So there's a ton of sophisticated money that's coming into the space, and they're buying up all these businesses. Thrasio is one of them. And so what that's going to cause is the value of them all to go up.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. So is there justification to take on debt? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Is it risky? Yes, but it's probably worth the risk, in my opinion. I don't think you need reviews to start advertising. I think 20 reviews is the golden goose egg, right? Like once you get to 20, there's no difference between 20 and 100. There's a difference between 101 and 20, but like between 20 and 99, really no difference. Review generation's never been harder, unfortunately. So I almost ignore that as part of my strategy nowadays. I just try and get orders, just try and get as many orders as you can in the door. But I would still try and go for the niches whenever possible, right? So like trying to win on clothing hangers is probably not a profitable adventure. I've been down that. I've actually had a client that did hangers, by the way. They're the number one. Yeah, they're the number one hangers reseller in the entire nation, and they failed on Amazon, to give you some perspective. They would buy up basically all the department stores' old hangers. Anyway, so I would say commodity products that are a race to the bottom on price, margin's a challenge. And so that is the number one challenge. So it's all about branding and marketing at that point.
Yeah.
And your logistics costs on toilet paper are also sometimes challenging. I've enjoyed our conversation though immensely though. I think you guys are great. I know you're going to be successful. And I hope I can be a participant in one shape or form or another down the line.
Appreciate it.
Let me know how I can support you guys, and I'll send you a copy of the video. And if you ever have a small question, don't hesitate to reach out too. Oh, that sounds good. Thank you guys so much. Cool. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. This call with my Amazon guy was a complete and total change in the way that we look at our listing. I had no idea, and I've been studying Amazon and I've been selling on Amazon, how many areas that with simple changes, we could completely explode and transform our sales and eliminate so many of the problems that we've had with our listing. I cannot recommend enough. Work with my Amazon guy.
And we can help you too. Book a coaching call today at myamazonguy.com to grow your Amazon business. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. Every single person who goes to myamazonguy.com and contacts us and fills out some information, I read every single one of those personally. And I will respond to them to help give you opportunities or options to help grow your sales on Amazon or solve a problem. So feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're not quite ready to hire us. Keep watching, keep listening. We'll keep adding value wherever we can. We're always on the lookout to tell stories about other Amazon sellers. So if you got a journey you want to talk to us about, we'd be happy to do that. Just send us an email to podcast@myamazonguy.com.